In this video, we take a look at the letters P, Q, and R in our ongoing A to Z of literary devices and poetry prompts. The letter P is for personification, and personification is when we give human qualities, attributes, emotions, and yes, language to inanimate and non-human things. Your poetry prompt is to write a poem that is set in a park, and the things in the park, the trees, the park benches, either commune with each other or talk to or about the humans that pass through that park. The letter Q is for quatrain, and a quatrain is a 4-line stanza. Now, when we write a free verse poem, if we write in stanzas at all, it is the poet who determines when one stanza ends and another starts. And there's usually good thinking behind those changes. So for example, within the poem there is a change of mood or emotion, or the poem shifts in a new direction that merits a new stanza or a stanza break. What happens when we write in quatrains is that every 4 lines, the form determines for the poet that shift or change in mood. So your prompt is to write a kind of modern day free verse ballad. The ballad form is often associated with storytelling in poetry, and we're going to ignore the metrical and the rhyme scheme of the formal ballad. All we're going to do is to write a poem that consists of quatrains, and every 4 lines we're going to start a new quatrain, and there's going to be a new shift in direction, mood, tone, or a new direction that our poem is going to take. And the title of this poem is going to be Morning Chronology. So maybe the poem is about how a morning unfolds, or how a morning unfolds for a speaker, or the speaker of the poem, exploring how shifts occur at regular intervals. If you're enjoying watching this video, please do consider supporting the channel, and you can do that by clicking on the Buy Me a Coffee link in the description below the video. You can also click the like button and the subscribe button. They both really help us to grow the channel. Thanks for watching. The letter R is for refrain, and a refrain is a kind of repeat. The use of repetition in poetry is very common. We repeat words and sounds, but a refrain is a kind of repetition that occurs at regular intervals throughout a poem. So your prompt is to, first of all, choose a theme or focus for your poem. It could, for example, be the cycle of the seasons. It could be a human emotion like love, or it could be represented by a word, for example, the word silence. The next thing you're going to do is make either a bold statement or claim or question about the thing you're exploring. So, for example, with the word silence, I could write a line like, "Silence is always complicit." Or in question form, "Is silence always complicit?" The next step of the prompt is to write a poem which explores the theme of silence, in the case of that example. And every stanza, and you're going to write in stanzas of perhaps varying length if you're writing a free verse poem, but every stanza is going to end with your bold statement, with your refrain. It's important to bear in mind that the refrain is there for a reason. The refrain is a way to maybe echo, to contrast, to challenge, or to support the ideas being explored in the world of the poem. Thanks for watching, everyone. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll be back soon with more poetry content.